Yeah, it's amazing. This is one of the amazing things about being in the UK. They have all these churches. Of course, they're church buildings, but it means that these church communities have been here for hundreds of years.
Yeah, they must have
It's really,
been
really
here.
cool. Yeah. Yeah.
So the fun fact I knew about this St. Paul's, Hammersmith, Pete Winter, who used to share at HTB, who
Okay.
he used to be the vicar there, now
Yeah.
is the vicar of this
This church. Okay.
church. And London Leadership College
Okay.
is here as well.
It's here as well.
And it's led by Ken Costa, who is the dean.
That's right.
So yeah, it's such a small world. I came here for the opening night when they relaunched the college again.
Okay.
And I met them. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Beautiful place.
You know a lot of people.
It's through the HTBB community, and as I said, I think Abel, if you're listening to this as well, Abel was the one who interviewed Pete Winter for the podcast, and I met Pete Winter
yes,
here.
that's good. That's a good podcast to be listening to.
Yes, yeah. I think it's on Leadership Talk. Yes.
You know, we've mentioned HTBB a couple of times now already. It's just worth, for people who don't know, HTBB, I don't go to HTBB, but, when I went back to Malaysia, I was very impressed with this. It's just one church. It's a church in the heart of KL that was planted there, I think 7 or 8 years ago, but has been very effective in many ways. But I think one of the ways that's been really, really effective is just building networks, just encouraging other people to work alongside one another to try to work together for the gospel. And I think that kind of spirit of community, that kind of spirit of generosity, I think, well, it's come from somewhere. It's come from places like all the way here in the UK.
Yeah.
But I think it shows that bringing people together is one of the most, it makes sense. It makes sense when you want to do something effective, long-term, that has an impact. You don't do it alone, you do it with other people as well.
No, you do it together. Unity, as you said. Yeah.
And again, it's just one church in the heart of KL. I'm sure that there are many churches like this, but I'm impressed that it has a presence, it has an impact even all the way here in the UK. So very well done. I'm very encouraged. Actually, while we're on that, I want to ask you, Jesse, we didn't introduce you properly. You're here in the UK because you're doing a course. And again, 5 months ago you came here. 5 months ago only, and now he's showing me around London. But what really impresses me is just how many friendships you made over the past 5 months. Now, I know that you know what you did, but I want to think in terms of someone who's coming over to the overseas for the first time. Coming to London from Malaysia, coming to the UK from Malaysia to a new country. Maybe can you give like 2 or 3 or more tips on what someone coming from that kind of background could do for themselves, such that they could, learn from learn from you or from your experiences, that they could then build
feel
friendships.
like home, or be like at home, be in a... I think the first...
Exactly. Yeah.
I think the first thing we should...
here?
Oh yeah, we're going to cross. Oh yeah, I did. I think the first important thing is, intentionality. I think when I came here, I had the intention to really want to build a community, want to meet new people. And when you want to meet new people, you got to step out of your comfort zone.
So intentionality, you have to actually go and meet people and make friends.
You have to do that, and I think one of the things that I did was, if I'm going to try and meet new people, and especially at HTB, which is the planted, the home church of where HTBB was planted. I said I needed to step out, and I needed to do, and one of the ways
this guy really did that. Yeah, he came here already with like he was so sure, I'm going to go to this church, I'm going to join the Connect group, the Bible study group.
Yes, the Connect group, you're right, Kevin, and I think that's where I emailed, I said I want to join a Connect group because for me, it's...
So you sent an email to the church?
I sent an email to the church, and they responded, and they connected me with a Connect group. And fun fact, the people that I'm connected with are fellow Malaysians. My Connect leader are a mutual friend of Nick, Sue, and Chloe, if you're
Okay.
listening to this, which you would, they
Okay.
are mutual friends, and that's how I established my friendship with all of them, and it felt like
Okay.
home already.
Okay, so point number one, be intentional about making friends. For Jesse here, it was making friends even in church. So, don't just turn up in church and say, oh, I'm going to meet someone today. He actually sent an email. He actually went to this church, he went to the Bible studies, he said, I'm going to try to meet the people here and introduce myself. I think that's really, really helpful advice. And you said earlier on, I'm not sure whether they will make the clip or not, but you said actually you started out as an introvert. So that's
I
really
was.
something coming from an introvert, saying you want to be intentional making friends.
So you see, I think this was like 4 years. 4 years ago, I wouldn't
Okay.
have been intentional. I wouldn't have done this. A lot of my friends now today would say, "You're not introvert. You're quite outgoing."
You're not. You're not.
But to be honest, I was someone who was
Okay.
always, I'm always isolating myself. I
see.
didn't really want to be around with people.
Sorry, I have to turn the camera because you have to see this. This is, what are we looking at? This is amazing. Wow.
So this is
This is
the
incredible.
Hammersmith Bridge,
Okay.
and we are by the Thames River.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we are by the Thames River, and we are quite close to where No Time to Die is filmed, which we're gonna walk past by there.
That's
yeah.
very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So point one, even if you're introvert, try to be intentional. Try to
Yeah.
make friends,
Yeah.
and I guess make that step out of your comfort zone.
I think that for me was, once I got that grounded, the
Okay.
rest then became quite natural.
Okay.
I felt at home.
Okay.
If there's another tip,
Okay. Oh yes. What else can you
Eh.
advise a new student, a new person coming to the UK from Malaysia?
funny you shared that, because I spoke to a friend of mine.
Okay.
I would name who, but they were, some of them, one of them or two of them were saying they want to move back to move back home because they couldn't find friends
Okay.
or good godly friends over in the
I
other
see.
country. But I
Yeah.
said to them, look, I think again it's about and I just shared, I think this goes back to point one. I just said,
Okay.
you need to be connected, you need to be planted, and you need to really be
Yeah.
planted in a certain area in the church, especially because why we don't find friends is because
Okay.
if we're not planted in one area
Okay.
when we're overseas and be connected
Okay.
and be faithful into that, like how I was now, why I'm enjoying myself in
So being rooted, and
Being rooted.
It's not just you finding nourishment for yourself, but it's almost like a plant
It's a
that needs to be planted in good
You need
soil.
good soil.
And it almost feeds you and helps you to grow.
Yeah. So to me, it's about, you need to, as I said, point one was intentional. Point two is
Yeah.
you need to think why you are not
I see.
you do not get friends.
Yeah.
And I think for me, why I looked,
Yeah.
I told that friend is,
Okay.
try to join a connect group.
I see.
Right? Try to find yourself a community.
That's
I
why
think second one
I
is
hear you. I hear
community.
you. Yep. So second, community, and I think I just want to add to that. It is hard. I mean, I live here
It
in
is
the UK. It's not easy. It is hard, especially if you're trying to do it in yourself. And what I would say is something like church is almost an easy win.
Yes, I think church is easy.
Yeah, a church actually is looking to help people get rooted.
Yeah.
And it might be something else for you, something at work, but at least for us, as we are Christians, and we've seen just how wonderful it is. I'm not sure how the audio is going to be. It's quite windy
Quite
now.
windy.
But I'm hoping. But going to a church is just an easy win for you to be rooted in a community that's already loving one another.
Yeah.
And I think that's one example. But I think it's a really, really special one that you can take advantage of.
I've got a third tip.
Okay, third tip.
And
Okay,
I
number
think
three.
the third tip is alpha.
Okay, all right. Just for the benefit
Yeah.
of those who don't know what it is, can you tell us again what is alpha? This Greek letter alpha.
So alpha is basically a course where if you non-believer who want to
Okay.
explore the Christian faith, is mainly the
see.
goal is for the non-Christians.
Come, let me put that here. Okay, yes, tell us
But
non-Christians.
before we go into that, so where we are filming right now,
Okay, all right, yeah.
this is this is where actually James Bond was filmed.
Wait, okay, here. Okay, all right, okay.
So actually, if it's actually at the back there,
Okay,
this
alright.
was the exact spot where James Bond
Really?
and where James met M.
Okay, you stand there, and then we can superimpose. Show me where did James
Exactly
Bond
here.
stand?
Exactly here. This is where was Daniel Craig
Okay.
was meet, and behind, and that's the bar. That's what they
That's the
filmed.
bar. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
We'll cut the scene
You could put that in, yeah.
of James Bond in there.
Yeah. But
Oh,
that was where
wow.
it was filmed. Exactly. So yeah. Sorry, we got sidetracked.
Okay,
a bit,
alright,
but yeah,
okay.
that was important to know. I think we wanted to share with people. But yeah, basically Alpha, it's a place where people who want to explore the Christian faith.
Okay.
And get to know more about who this God or Jesus is. But I always tell other people or other
Okay.
Christian friends, join it because it also is a place of networking.
I see. Okay, all right. Yeah.
You share ideology because it's a safe space where you can talk about anything. There's no
Am I
stupid
right in
questions.
you can ask any questions?
Yes.
There are no stupid questions,
no
and
stupid
so it's not
questions.
for Christians, not just for Christians at least, and anyone is welcome.
Well, the main goal is to target the non-Christians actually.
Okay, I see.
For them to explore who
I
wants
see.
to explore who Jesus is.
I see.
And they have this safe place to ask any question at all. And there's no stupid
Yep.
questions. And
Yeah.
I think that's where I also develop a lot of connections with people as well.
Okay, and so here in the UK,
I did
there's
it
Alpha.
once.
Oh, you've done Alpha
I've done
here as
once
well.
already. I finished
Okay.
it. I met new friends. One of my co-helper now is
Okay.
a curate at HDB.
I see.
Such
I
a-
see.
such a
Okay, wonderful.
small- and-
So he's done it as a Christian here in the UK. If you're in Malaysia, I think there are lots of Alpha
There's a lot run in a lot
courses
of
as well.
churches in
Different churches
Malaysia
as
as well. The one that you could do is at HDBB itself,
Okay.
which has English and
Definitely.
Mandarin as well.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
But it's just that I think again HDBB has that personal impact on you.
For me, yes.
And I think
Alpha.
for many people that we know as well, I think they've just done a great job in just bringing people together. And especially if there are questions about God, about Jesus, that's the place to find those answers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying you have to go to HDBB to do Alpha. Look for an Alpha course around you.
Okay. And actually, I would say just look for this guy lah. If you're in London, you're here in Cambridge, or not Cambridge, you're here in London, here in the UK, and you're interested in any of these things, just look for this guy, Jesse M. I put some socials connections down here, and he is such a good friend to help you make more friends. I would put it that way.
I think that's I was sharing with Kevin. I think that's the whole goal of us being here. We want to help people to grow in a community. We want them to feel at home, and I think that's what we all should be doing for one another to make each one feel like at home, and connected. And I think that's the beauty about having friendship, because then when we connect with one another, we feel connected and we don't feel left out.
Yeah, I think that's just one of the measure of, is it worthwhile being where you are? How are you making it? Well, I mean, how are you making the most of where you are, whether it's in the UK and Malaysia or in this job or in this school? Are you able to make friends? Are you helping them to make friends? I think that's just a way, that's how I can tell. You are making the most of your time here in the UK doing your course. We didn't even talk about what course is doing, but anyway, you're doing some film and editing course. But I think I'm just so amazed how within such a short time, again, 5 months, Jesse here has become a friend to me. I thought I would be the one to kind of like show him around, but he's the one showing me around where James Bond is from. He's the one making me feel so at home here. And I think that comes again from that groundedness, that rootedness of having other friends, of himself being able to be part of that community.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.